What's going on, world? It's your man David Gamma, repping SygacityGamers, and I'm here with the one and only Sp00ky. Now, a lot of you guys know about the streams. When you think about the man behind the machine, this is your man. Sp00ky, how you doing, brother? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good, man. We had an amazing event today.
Absolutely. Fighting Around was certainly amazing. This is the last day of Fighting Around. In fact, it just ended. As you guys can see, everything is being shut down. Now, my man, you work so hard. You put a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. I mean, you strike me as a very humble guy because you don't really speak about, about what goes on behind the scenes. But I do have to ask, man, what is it? Like, where do you get that drive, that motivation? Can you share with us where you get that, ability to do all of this?
Sure. Basically, if there's one person in particular that I have to pick that's an inspiration, it's IFC Yipes.
Oh, wow.
And the reason for that the reason for that is because I felt that the East Coast wasn't getting representation in general. Also down south, Florida, all the other places.
Yes.
And California, always huge representation. They got Evo in Nevada, and they got their whole scene going on there. Cali, they got the tournaments all the time. They had I Play Winner, they had Level Up, they had all those guys. On the East Coast, we had Seb for a little while, and then he went to do his MLG gig, and then pretty much nothing was happening. So I felt that there was a huge void, and I felt that all the players that I played with at Chinatown Fair, or that I played with at tournaments, that I knew these dudes are all godlike. I felt that they weren't getting represented. So I felt that motivated me, and I felt it was my job to make what we do presentable and show people that, hey, it's not just Cali that's blowing it up. We're all doing it too. We all know what's up. So that's pretty much what motivated me to get involved with what I'm doing.
Oh my goodness, and boy did you take it far, man. Because not only have you put the East Coast on the map, I mean, you're doing a lot of things, for the East Coast, but now I'm hearing that you travel really anywhere. You've even been to Canada, and I'm pretty sure you're planning to go to Japan if you haven't already been there. So, where do you expect to go with this, and, what are your expectations?
Well, I got to be honest, when I approached this, I didn't really have an immediate goal, and I guess that's one of my weaknesses, is I just said, I have a vision of what I want to make happen, and I feel that FR was close to that vision. But, there's still some difficulties. I'm not a selfish person. I don't really want to make money doing this, but, there's money involved. There's gear that I need, there's equipment, and, pretty much at this point, it's a full-time job for me. It's a business, even though I don't really want it to be that way. I did this because it's for the people, but at the same time, I kind of have to do it in a way where I make money off of it. And, that kind of hurts me because, again, it's like I'm for the people, but I don't want to get that appearance that I'm greedy. So, I've had issues where it's things like, running commercials and stuff like that. Because when I sit there and I watch TV, I'm like, I hate commercials. I don't want to watch this. So, of course, basically I want to create something that people want to watch. So, what's the things they hate? Well, I hate seeing commercials. So that makes me not want to run commercials. I hate, when you watch the show and you can't see certain things, or oh, I can see this match, but the quality's not good, or the sound is messed up, or I can't really see what's going on. All those things I understand. So I felt that I wanted to make I wanted to make something that I wanted to watch. Also, as far as the viewers and the people, I noticed that a lot of the other streams, when people come in there and they talk shit, and and they say stuff, they get banned from the streams. But the reality is, when we sit at home and we watch a football game, and you watch whatever team versus whatever team, you say stuff like, this team is garbage. Back in the day when I used to watch the Knicks and they used to get blown up by the Bulls all the time, Ewing ain't shit, he's ass, Starks ain't nothing. You know what I mean? And that's what the stream artists are doing. So it's not that they're actually being negative towards the production, they're just being negative towards what's going on. And I know how to embrace that and make them understand. Obviously they like what they're seeing, they're just talking, they're talking smack about what's going on. That's all.
Just being a hype spectator, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, thanks for enlightening us on that, and like I said, I really, and I'm sure everyone out there watching really appreciates what you do. We know you work so hard, and I'm happy that you broke down what goes into behind the scenes, because a lot of times you do get every once in a while, maybe someone who's just ungrateful. They may complain about things like commercials, and even though they're getting this for free, they don't always understand that it does have money involved, that you say. That's why we need to support this man. If you're a fighting game fan, if you're a gaming fan in general that likes the streams, please continue to do all you can to help Sp00ky and anyone else involved in keeping these things alive and keeping it going. Now, aside from the stream, which you're really known for, you are a gamer as well. So obviously you're not going to just hop into something, like you said, if you're not enjoying it. So I know that you must love video games, and particularly fighting games. How do you feel, not just about the two fighting games that were displayed here, the Super Street Fighter 4 and Marvel 3? I mean, I'm sorry, there were some other ones, but how do you feel, aside from those, about Mortal Kombat 9. That's coming out in a few months, I hear. And are you excited? Were you an old school Mortal Kombat player, or are you just kind of like, oh, you know, we'll see what happens when it comes out?
Okay, so the background on that, pretty much it's the same deal. When I was a kid, like, you know, in like 6th grade, I saw Street Fighter 2 at the arcade, and I used to run it all the time. Alpha 1, Alpha 2. I played a little bit of UMK 2, Mortal Kombat 2 when it came out, UMK 3 when that came out, all types of games. So basically my attitude is that a lot of the time, with games that people think are not presentable, the issue is just that they're not educated enough. The perfect example is that on streams, 9 times out of 10, people hate Tekken. They would say, oh, Tekken's trash. I can't stand watching this. Now, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm finding around we had 10,000 viewers for Tekken.
10,000.
And the reason for that is we have Mark Mann, of course, shout out to one of the sponsors of the event, and Filthy Rich, another sponsor of the event. And what they did, they got on the mic, and they didn't just, you know, talk about the game. They educated the viewers. This is what Tekken's really about. So when people were in there like, oh, you know, this game is just random mash juggles, and, you know, this game's nonsense, they tried to educate the viewers and say, no, this game's really, you know, in-depth. These are all, you know, when we did SygacityGamers 16, these are 16 of the best players in the world. And, you know, and all the matches were hyped. They moved really well. The commentary was flowing. And, you know, that's the way it's supposed to present it. Because, honestly, I have love for pretty much every game. You know, I don't just do fighting games. There's other stuff that I'm getting into on the side as well. But pretty much I feel that any game that's worth playing should have some kind of representation.
That makes a lot of sense, man. I mean, you guys watch the streams, you know, to see the matches, but also, you know, as Spooky touched on, to be educated if you're not familiar with the matches. Like, I have to admit, myself, I'm not really a big Tekken player, so when I do watch the streams, I'm expecting to hear what's going on and have it explained and elaborated on. So that's, you know, that's something that we do appreciate as well. So thank you for always trying to make sure that you have commentators that are familiar with the game, because it does add to the value of what we're viewing. And we really appreciate that. Now, you know what? I've been asking all the gamers this question, so I might as well ask you, because I know you're a fighting game fan as well. How do you feel about the idea of a fighting game league? Is it something that you've thought about and say, hey, man, it's inevitable? Or are you like, you know what, if it happens, it happens, or are you just, you know, opposed to it? What are your thoughts about that? And I'm talking like NBA, NFL, and, you know, that kind of situation.
Well, actually, Jason Cole, if you don't know, is running Dojo Sports, which is basically the base form of what we're talking about. And honestly, I think it's possible. It can happen. The biggest thing is although we do have some advertisers already available in the sport, we don't have everything we need yet. So I feel it has to be a combined effort. You know, it's my job to get more people looking at what's going on so that the leagues can be created. And then when the leagues get created, obviously, guess what? They're going to need a stream. So I'm in there. You know what I mean? So you know, it's all about everybody working together. You know what I mean? That's the goal. So of course, I think that leagues, like, again, it's not just possible. It's already happening. It's on a small scale right now. There's not a lot of money involved. There's issues. There's mistakes. There's problems. But it definitely is already in the works.
So you're saying the foundation, the framework is already being built as we speak, and it's inevitable. So, you know, I'm glad that you're doing your share, helping out many viewers worldwide, not just Atlanta or the United States, but worldwide. Anyone can tune in. And where can they tune in to find out if for whatever reason they're not aware of where they can see your streams?
Okay, for those of you that don't know how to find us, you can hit us up on twitter.com/TeamSpooky, or you can just search for us on iPlayWinner.com, which is now our main website, where I'm actually combined with iPlayWinner now. They run their stuff in Cali, and we run our stuff on the East Coast. So those are the best places to find information on what we do, what upcoming events we have. We're kind of short-staffed right now, so it's a little difficult for me to update everybody on everything that's going on, but you can find out where the stream is there, find out when we're going to be doing something generally, and if you stick around, you know, you'll know when the hype stuff is happening.
Okay, absolutely, man. And you know what, when we were speaking about the leagues, you touched on some of the things that, you know, might need to be done. I know you spoke in general saying that we need to work together more so as a community. I already feel like you're doing more than your, you know, fair share in terms of what you've been contributing and what you've already been doing and what you're planning to do. Is there anything you can say maybe in general to anyone watching that, you know, wants to be a helpful part of this community? You know, any ideas, any concepts, anything you can say that maybe need to be tweaked, or, you know, us as the viewers, the gamers, can do to really help, you know, support the community?
I think the most important thing is that you should cater to what your strength is. So as a perfect example, guess what? My career before this was IT. I knew all about computers and encoding and, you know, tech support and all that stuff. So the perfect job for me is being a streamer.
Makes sense.
And same thing. If your career is, I don't know, if your career is It could be anything. You know what I mean? It could be your career as a cook. Who knows? There's a way to exactly. We need food at tournaments. Exactly. Exactly. You can have like a caterer in there and blow it up, or at least somebody that knows how restaurants work and says, hey, I can get you guys a good deal, and we can get sandwiches in there for free as a part of the entry fee. So that people don't gotta always leave the room to get food. Because isn't that constantly a problem? You're like, hey, listen, what's going on? You know, where's this person? Where's that person? Oh, they're going to get food. Perfect example. Everybody has their strength. They have their passion in life that they do, or their job, or even if they don't like that job, they're still experiencing it, and you can take that knowledge and you can apply it to the scene. There's always a way to do it. So that's the thing. The main thing is, if you want to get involved and help cater to your strengths, hit up people like Larry Shinblanca, who's creating these events, or even if it's your local events, hit up the organizer, say, hey, listen, how can I help you out? I do this, or I know how to do this thing. Another example, Kugi, the guy from Broken's here. He's an experienced graphic artist. He makes all these shirts and everything. He's perfect for things like banners, flyers, website content creation, that sort of thing. So there's tons of ways to cater to what you can do to help people out.
Man, you have to respect that. It makes so much sense that focus on something you're passionate about and try to use that to contribute to the community. You may be a web designer, maybe a graphic artist. It may be something that you are really passionate and skilled in doing. And like Spooky said, there are many people you can get in touch with. Promote yourself and say, hey, I'm willing to help you out. I can do this, I can do that. And as we start doing that more so, as you mentioned, the community will start to fluctuate and grow. So, I'm glad that you were able to have this interview. You've been so busy, you've been exhausted. I can only imagine the little amount of sleep you've had in the last 3 days. Thank you so much, brother. You seem like a very humble guy. Like I said, you don't brag about anything, but we know what you do, and you probably do a lot more that we don't know, and yet you continue to do it. So much, success in the future with all your endeavors, and keep representing, the fighting game community. All right, it's your man David Gamma, representing SygacityGamers, here with the one and only Spooky, repping Team Spooky. Peace and love. Final round 14, Atlanta. We out.